Hello fellow gardeners and soil enthusiasts, welcome back to the Humus Heritage channel. If you've ever walked through a forest and marveled at that rich, dark, crumbly layer beneath the leaf litter, that miraculous substance that makes everything grow with such vigor, then today's guide is going to absolutely transform your gardening journey. What if I told you that in just 30 days, you could recreate that incredible forest floor humus right in your own backyard using just 3 simple ingredients, no expensive equipment, no complicated composting systems, and no waiting months or years for results, just sugar, leaf litter, and the microscopic army already living in your local environment. Let's dive into this soil revolution together. When you peel back the layers of leaves in a mature forest, you'll discover something extraordinary, a dark, sweet-smelling substance that's neither quite soil nor decomposed leaves, but something beautifully in between. This is humus, and it's the gold standard of soil organic matter. What makes it so special is the complete transformation of raw plant material into stable, nutrient-rich compounds through the tireless work of billions of microorganisms. The secret we're unlocking today is that you don't need a forest or years of patience to create this. You just need to understand how to feed and activate the microbial workforce that's already present in your garden. The forest floor operates on a simple but profound principle. Microbes eat, multiply, and transform organic matter into plant-available nutrients and stable humus compounds. These microscopic organisms are incredibly efficient when given the right conditions, and that's exactly what our 3-ingredient method provides. By combining sugar as an energy source, leaf litter as raw material, and local microbes as the workforce, we're essentially creating a hyper-accelerated version of what happens naturally over months in the forest, but we're doing it in just 30 days. Ingredient 1. Local microbes, your invisible garden allies. The first and perhaps most important ingredient in our humus-making recipe is local microbes, specifically what are called indigenous microorganisms or IMOs. These beneficial bacteria, fungi, and other microscopic life forms are already thriving in your local environment, perfectly adapted to your climate, soil conditions, and seasonal patterns. The beauty of using local microbes rather than purchased inoculants is that these organisms have evolved specifically to work in your garden's unique conditions. Collecting these microbes is remarkably simple. Take a walk to a nearby forest, woodlot, or even a mature, undisturbed area of your garden. Look for spots where leaves are actively decomposing. You'll know you found the right place when you see that dark, crumbly layer just beneath the surface leaves. Collect about 2 cups of this material, which is teeming with billions of beneficial microorganisms. Alternatively, you can create your own microbial culture using fermented rice water. Simply rinse a cup of rice, save the cloudy water, and leave it covered loosely at room temperature for 5 to 7 days until it develops a sweet, fermented smell. This liquid becomes a potent culture of lactic acid bacteria and yeasts that will jumpstart your humus production. Alright, so, ingredient 2. Sugar, the microbial feast. Now let's dive into sugar, which might seem like a bit of an unusual addition to your garden, but trust me, it's absolutely crucial to this rapid transformation process. You see, microbes, like all living things, need energy to function, reproduce, and do their work of decomposition. While they can extract energy from breaking down complex organic matter like leaves, this process is, well, relatively slow. When you add simple sugars, think unsulfured blackstrap molasses or plain brown sugar, you're providing an immediate, easily accessible energy source that causes microbial populations to explode exponentially. Now, for every 5 gallons of leaf material you're working with, you'll want to dissolve about 1 cup of molasses or brown sugar in a gallon of water. Molasses is particularly excellent because it contains not just sugars, but also trace minerals and vitamins that further support microbial health. This sugar solution acts like rocket fuel for your microscopic workforce, allowing them to reproduce rapidly and attack the leaf litter with incredible efficiency. Within days of adding sugar water to your mix, you'll notice the temperature rising, a clear sign that millions of microbes are feasting, reproducing, and breaking down organic matter at an accelerated pace. Now, onto ingredient 3, leaf litter. Cha-us-chi, iao, and then raw or and then material. The third ingredient is leaf litter, which serves as both the raw material for humus production and the long-term food source for your growing microbial community. Not all leaves are created equal for this purpose, however. You'll want to focus on collecting leaves from deciduous trees like oak, maple, birch, or beech. These leaves have a balanced carbon-to-nitrogen ratio and break down efficiently when subjected to intense microbial activity. Avoid leaves from black walnut, eucalyptus, or other allelopathic trees that contain compounds inhibiting decomposition and plant growth. Gather enough leaves to fill a large container or bin. About 5 gallons of loosely packed leaves is a good starting volume for your first batch. If possible, shred or chop the leaves roughly before beginning the process. Smaller pieces mean more surface area for microbes to colonize and break down, which accelerates the entire transformation. Mix in some green materials if available, fresh grass clippings, vegetable scraps, or green leaves. Add about 1 part green to 3 parts brown leaves. This addition provides nitrogen that balances the carbon-heavy dried leaves and creates ideal conditions for rapid decomposition. Now comes the exciting part. Putting it all together and watching the magic unfold. In a large bin or container with drainage holes, begin layering your shredded leaves. After every few inches of leaves, sprinkle in some of your collected forest floor soil or spray with your fermented rice water to inoculate with microbes. Then thoroughly drench each layer with your sugar water solution until the leaves are moist but not waterlogged. Think of a wrung-out sponge as your moisture target. Over the next 30 days, you'll witness an extraordinary transformation. Within the first week, the pile will heat up significantly, sometimes reaching temperatures of 100 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit as microbes multiply exponentially and begin their feast. Turn or mix your pile every 3 to 4 days to introduce fresh oxygen, which aerobic microbes need to function efficiently. You'll notice the sharp, fresh smell of leaves gradually transforming into a rich, earthy, almost sweet aroma, the unmistakable scent of active decomposition and humus formation. By day 15, the leaves will have broken down substantially, darkening in color and softening in texture. Continue adding small amounts of sugar water if the pile seems to be slowing down or cooling off prematurely. By day 30, you'll have a dark, crumbly substance that looks and smells remarkably like that forest floor humus we started with. The leaves will be unrecognizable, transformed into a stable, nutrient-rich material that will supercharge your garden soil for months to come. This finished humus is gardening gold, and there are, honestly, countless ways to put it to work in your garden. So, mix it into garden beds before planting at a ratio of 1 part humus to 3 parts existing soil, creating a nutrient-rich foundation that will support vigorous plant growth throughout the season. Top dress around established plants, providing a slow-release nutrient source and beneficial microbial inoculant that will continue improving soil health over time. For potted plants, incorporate this humus at about 20% of your total potting mix volume, and you'll dramatically improve water retention and nutrient availability in containers that tend to dry out quickly. The beauty of this method is its sustainability and repeatability. Once you've completed your first batch, you'll have not just humus but also a thriving microbial culture you can use to inoculate future batches, making subsequent rounds even faster and more efficient. You're not just making compost, you're cultivating a living soil ecosystem that will continue working for you season after season, reducing or even eliminating your need for synthetic fertilizers, while building genuinely resilient, healthy soil. So, there you have it. Forest floor humus in 30 days using just 3 simple ingredients and the power of nature's invisible workforce. I encourage you to start your own 30-day humus challenge and experience this transformation firsthand. If you found this guide valuable, please subscribe to the Humus Heritage channel and share this video with fellow gardeners who are ready to revolutionize their soil health. Drop a comment below sharing your results, questions, or experiences. I really love hearing from this amazing community of soil stewards. Together, we're building healthier gardens and a more sustainable future, one handful of humus at a time. Happy gardening.